The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the dense woods. James had been driving for hours on a desolate road, hoping to reach the next town before nightfall. But luck had abandoned him when his car broke down in the middle of nowhere. With no cell phone reception, he had no choice but to venture into the darkening forest, seeking help. An eerie silence hung heavy in the air as James trekked through the towering trees. The crunching of leaves beneath his feet was the only sound, amplifying his sense of isolation. As he pushed forward, a flickering light caught his attention through the foliage, offering a glimmer of hope. Curiosity mingled with apprehension as James approached the source of the light. It emanated from a dilapidated house, its crumbling facade consumed by ivy. The sight sent shivers down his spine, but the desperation for assistance outweighed his instinctual dread. He stepped onto the creaking porch, the wood protesting under his weight. His knocks on the door were met with a chilling silence. He knocked again, louder this time, and the door slowly swung open, revealing a dimly lit interior. Reluctantly, James entered the house, greeted by an oppressive, musty odor that assaulted his senses. He called out, his voice echoing in the empty halls. The flickering light led him deeper into the decaying structure, his heart pounding with every step. In a dimly lit room, James discovered an old man hunched over a workbench, tinkering with rusty tools. The man's milky white eyes met James's, devoid of warmth or humanity. A wave of discomfort washed over him, but he mustered the courage to explain his predicament. The old man's raspy voice filled the room. "You're in luck, young man. I can fix your car. However, it will take some time." Relief washed over James as he realized his ordeal might soon come to an end. He followed the old man down to the basement, where the sounds of clanking metal and the smell of chemicals permeated the air. As the hours dragged on, James's initial gratitude morphed into unease. The old man seemed more interested in his experiments than in fixing the car. James caught glimpses of peculiar contraptions, mysterious liquids, and unsettling diagrams adorning the walls. It was as if he had stumbled upon a mad scientist's hideout. His unease transformed into terror when he stumbled upon a hidden room. Within its cold walls, he discovered a woman, her face concealed by a surgical mask. The room was adorned with medical equipment and a crude operating table, stained with darkened blood. Before James could react, the woman lunged at him, her grip like a vice. Panic seized him as he struggled to free himself from her clutches, but her strength surpassed his own. She dragged him to the operating table, restraining him with leather straps, her cold eyes devoid of mercy. The woman muttered incoherently, her words a mix of ancient incantations and unsettling whispers. She donned surgical gloves, revealing a wicked smile beneath her mask. James trembled, realizing he had become ensnared in a twisted nightmare. As the woman began her unspeakable experiments, James's pleas for mercy fell on deaf ears. His screams echoed through the decrepit house, lost in the abyss of the forest. Time blurred as pain and terror consumed him, his identity slipping away piece by piece. Days turned into weeks, and James descended into a state of abject horror. His body, scarred and mangled, became a vessel for the woman's insatiable curiosity. The old man reveled in the macabre spectacle, his unnerving laughter echoing through the house. One fateful night, as the moon bathed the forest in an ethereal glow, James found himself alone in his tormentor's basement. In the depths of his despair, he unearthed a sliver of strength. Summoning the remnants of his shattered will, he managed to loosen his restraints and escape his gruesome prison. Weak and disoriented, James stumbled through the forest, the echoes of his tormentors fading into the distance. It was a bittersweet victory, for the scars they had left upon his body and soul would forever remind him of his living nightmare. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky, James emerged from the woods, forever changed. A survivor, haunted by the memory of that desolate house and the twisted souls that dwelled within.